Beyonce, Rihanna, Oprah. You already know their names, but do you know just how rich they really are? I'm talking billions with a B, and they're not the only ones. Get ready to meet the top 10 richest black women in the world and see how they're living that trillionaire life. Ever wondered how they keep their trillionaire status? We're gonna find out their secrets, the industries they dominate, and the crazy expensive stuff they buy. These ladies are bosses in business, entertainment, and more. They've overcome major challenges to build massive empires. And now they're living large with private jets, mansions, and all the luxury money can buy. So let's count down the richest of the rich and see what that trillionaire life is all about. Serena Williams. At number 10 on our list of the richest black women in the world, we've got the one and only Serena Williams. This tennis superstar has racked up a jaw-dropping net worth of $225 million. But hey, when you're as talented and business savvy as Serena, that kind of cash ain't nothing new. So how'd she do it? Well, for starters, Serena's been killing it on the court for decades. She's stacked up a whopping $94 million in career prize money alone. That's right, $94 million just from swinging a racket. But Serena's not one to put all her eggs in one basket. Nah, she's got money moves in all kinds of industries. Get this, Serena's got her venture capital firm called Serena Ventures. You know what that means? She's out here investing in early stage companies and helping them grow. That's some boss lady stuff right there. But wait, there's more. Serena's also got stakes in major sports teams like the Miami Dolphins and UFC. I'm telling you, this woman knows how to diversify her portfolio and make that money work for her. And let's not forget about her endorsement deals. Serena's been the face of big brands like Nike, Gatorade, and Beats by Dre. When you're a global superstar like her, companies are lining up to throw cash your way. But here's the thing about Serena. She ain't just in it for the money, she's using her platform to make a difference too. She's a huge advocate for gender and racial equality, and she's not afraid to speak out about the issues that matter. So there you have it, Serena Williams, the tennis legend turned business mogul. With a net worth of $225 million, she's living that trillionaire life and making moves in all kinds of industries. But don't go anywhere just yet, because we've got another boss lady coming up next. Wendy Appleblom, the South African powerhouse, is sitting pretty at number 9 with a net worth of $310 million. Wendy Appleblom. Wendy Appleblom, the South African wine tycoon with a net worth of $310 million. But hold up, how'd she get all that cash? Well, for starters, Wendy's the only daughter of Donald Gordon, the business mogul who founded Liberty Investors. And let me tell you, that company is no joke when it comes to insurance and real estate. But Wendy didn't just sit back and coast on her daddy's money. Nah, she made some boss moves of her own. She used to be a director at Liberty Investors and was one of the biggest individual shareholders. But then she switched things up and sold her shares to become straight up cash rich. And what does a savvy businesswoman like Wendy do with all that dough? She invests it in something she loves, wine. Yup, Wendy's is the co-owner of a wine estate in Stellenbosch, one of the most stunning wine regions in the world. I'm talking about sprawling vineyards, top-notch grapes, and some of the finest vino you'll ever taste. But Wendy's not just about that wine life, she's also about empowering other women to get their piece of the pie. She co-founded Women's Investment Portfolio Limited, which has over $150 million in assets. That's right, Wendy's out here helping other boss ladies stack their cash and make their mark in the business world. So there you have it, Wendy Appleblom, the wine tycoon who's not afraid to make bold moves and spread the wealth. Janice Bryant Howroyd. Here is Janice Bryant Howroyd, the workforce pioneer who turned $1,500 into a straight-up empire. This boss lady's sitting pretty with a net worth of $620 million, and she didn't get there by playing it safe. Nah, Janice took a gamble on herself and it paid off big time. Picture this, it's 1978 and Janice is in Los Angeles with just $1,500 to her name. Most people would be stressing over how to pay the bills, but not Janice. She had a vision, and she was gonna make it happen no matter what. So what does she do? She takes $900 of that money, which by the way was a loan from her mama, and opens up her own business. That's right, with less than $1,000, Janice started Act One, a workforce solutions company that would change the game forever. Fast forward to today, and Act One is pulling in close to $1 billion in revenue every single year. I'm talking $950 million as of 2017, and it's only gone up from there. Janice took that little startup and turned it into a global powerhouse that operates in 33 countries and employs over 2,500 people. That's what I call a glow-up. But here's the thing about Janice. She didn't just stop at Act 1. Nah, this woman's got a real estate portfolio that'll make your head spin. We're talking dozens of properties, from commercial rentals to swanky residences. Janice knows how to diversify and make that money work for her. And let's not forget the fact that Janice was the first African-American woman to become a self-made millionaire. She broke barriers and paved the way for other boss ladies to follow in her footsteps. Even President Obama took notice, appointing her to the President's Board of Advisors on historically black colleges and universities. That's some serious recognition right there. So there you have it, Janice Bryant Howroyd, the woman who turned $1,500 into $1 billion empire. With a net worth of $620 million, she's living proof that with hard work, determination, and a whole lot of hustle, anything is possible. Beyonce. Now it's time to bow down because we're about to talk about the one and only Queen Bey herself, Beyonce. This pop sensation turned mogul is sitting pretty with a net worth of $500 million, and she ain't showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. So how did Beyonce become the queen of pop and amass such a massive fortune? Well, let's take it back to the beginning. Beyonce first burst onto the scene in the 1990s as a member of the girl group Destiny's Child. And let me tell you, these ladies were not playing around. They became one of the top-selling girl groups of all time, selling out shows and dropping hit after hit. But Beyonce wasn't content with just being part of a group. Nah, this girl had bigger plans. She launched her solo career and straight up dominated the charts. I'm talking platinum albums, sold-out world tours, and a legion of dedicated fans who would follow her to the ends of the earth. But Beyonce's more than just a singer. This woman's a cultural icon, a boundary-pushing songwriter, and a savvy businesswoman. She's got her hands in everything from fashion to film, and she's killing it in every industry she touches. One of her biggest power moves, launching her own clothing company, Ivy Park. This athleisure line is not just about looking good while you sweat. It's about empowering women to feel confident and strong in their skin. And let me tell you, when Beyonce puts her name on something, you know it's gonna be fire. But Beyonce's influence goes way beyond the business world. She's a force to be reckoned with in popular culture. I mean, this woman was the first black female to headline Coachella, and her performance was the most streamed Coachella video ever on YouTube. That's what I call making history. And don't even get me started on the awards. Beyonce's got more MTV, BT, NAACP Image and Soul Train awards than she knows what to do with. But that's just what happens when you're the queen of pop. So there you have it, folks. Beyonce is the multi-talented, multifaceted, multi-million-dollar queen who's taking over the world one hit song and business venture at a time. With a net worth of $500 million, she's living that trillionaire life and showing no signs of slowing down. And Gina Kenyata. We're about to talk about another boss lady who's straight up balling out of control. I'm talking about Gina Kenyata, aka Mama Ngina, the Kenyan matriarch who's sitting on a whopping $515 million. Yeah, you heard me right, $500 million. And trust me, she didn't get there by playing it safe. So, how did Ngina become one of the richest women in Africa? Well, let's break it down. First off, this woman's got land for days. We're talking about 500,000 acres of prime Kenyan real estate, and get this, the average price per acre is a cool $1,000. You do the math, that's some serious dough. But Ngina's empire doesn't stop there. She's also the proud owner of Brookside Dairies, which just happens to be the biggest dairy company in all of Kenya. I mean, this lady's got milk money on lock. And if you thought that was impressive, wait till you hear about her media holdings. Ngina and her family got their hands in everything from television stations to timber production to banks. They've got stakes in K24, a Kenyan TV station, plus a little something in the Commercial Bank of Africa. But wait, there's more. Mama Ngina also has hotels, ranches and plantations under her belt. I'm telling you, this woman's diversified like nobody's business. Now, you might be wondering how Ngina got her start. Well, it helps that she was married to Jomo Kenyatta, Kenya's first president. But don't get it twisted, Ngina's no trophy wife. She's a savvy businesswoman in her own right, and she's been making power moves since day one. Ngina's so influential that her son, Uhuru Kenyatta, served as Kenya's president from 2013 to 2022. Talk about keeping it in the family. So there you have it, folks. Gina Kenyata, the Kenyan matriarch who's worth a staggering $515 million. With her vast land holdings, dairy dominance, and media empire, she's living that trillionaire life and showing no signs of slowing down. But hold up, cause we're just getting started. Sheila Johnson, the media mogul extraordinaire who's rocking a net worth of $750 million. Yeah, you read that right. $750 million. And let me tell you, she didn't get there by sitting on her hands. See, Sheila's got a knack for spotting opportunities and going all in. Back in 1979, she co-founded a little cable TV channel you might have heard of called Black Entertainment Television, or BET for short, and let me tell you, that was a game changer. BT became the go-to spot for African-American entertainment, and when Viacom scooped it up for a cool $2.9 billion in 2001, Sheila cashed in big time. But Sheila's not one to rest on her laurels. Nah, she took that money and started investing like a boss. Hotels? Check. Real estate? You bet. Film production? Oh, she's all over it. Sheila's even got her own luxury hospitality company called Salamander Hospitality, which owns and operates some of the swankiest properties around, like the Innisbrook Resort down in Florida, where they host a PGA Tour championship every year. And if you thought that was impressive, wait till you hear about her other ventures. Sheila's a film producer too, and she had a hand in making the 2013 movie, The Butler. Plus, she's out there making a difference, sitting on the boards of VH1's Save the Music Foundation and the University of Virginia. But Sheila's not just about business. This woman knows how to live life to the fullest. She's got investments in planes and horses, because why not? When you're worth $750 million, you can afford to indulge in a few extravagant hobbies. So there you have it, folks. Sheila Johnson, the media mogul who turned her BET success into a sprawling empire that spans industries and continents. With a net worth that'd make most people's jaws drop, she's living proof that when you've got vision, guts, and a whole lot of hustle, there's no limit to what you can achieve. But hold up, cause we're just getting warmed up. Next on our list of trillionaire black women is a lady who's worth even more than Sheila. I'm talking about Hajia Bola Shagaya, the Nigerian powerhouse with a staggering net worth of $959 million. Hajia Bola Shagaya. As we're about to dive into the world of Hajia Bola Shagaya, the Nigerian mogul who's sitting on a jaw-dropping $959 million. Yeah, you heard that right, almost $1 billion. This lady's got her hands in everything from oil to real estate to banking and beyond, and she's been crushing it in the business world for decades, so let's break it down. Hajia's the mastermind behind Bola Group International, a straight-up empire that's got its fingers in more pies than a bakery. We're talking oil, real estate, banking, communications, photography, you name it. Hajia's probably got a piece of the action. But here's the thing, Hajia didn't just stumble into success. Nah, this woman's been hustling since day one. She kicked off her career at the Central Bank of Nigeria, but she wasn't content to just be another cog in the machine. Instead, she took a leap of faith and founded Bola Group, starting out by importing Konica photography gear to Nigeria and West Africa, and boy did that move pay off. Hajia's photography biz took off like a rocket, but she didn't stop there. She started expanding into other industries, building a real estate development arm that's responsible for some of the swankiest properties in Nigeria's priciest neighborhoods. But Hajia's not just about stacking cash. This woman's got a reputation as one of Nigeria's most influential power players, and it's not hard to see why. With her keen business sense and her ability to spot opportunities that others might miss, Hajia's become a force to be reckoned with in the African business world. So there you have it, folks. Hajia Bola Shagaya, the Nigerian mogul who is worth a staggering $959 million. With her diverse portfolio and her unrelenting drive to succeed, she's living proof that with hard work and a whole lot of hustle, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Funmi Alakija. It's time to talk about a woman who's not just a boss but a straight-up trillionaire. I'm talking about Funmi Alakija, the oil magnate who's sitting pretty on a net worth of $1 billion. Yeah, you read that right. A cool bill, and she didn't get there by playing it safe. See, Funmi's the mastermind behind Famfa Oil, a Nigerian company that's been making waves in the oil industry since 1993. And get this, she didn't just start the company, she fought tooth and nail to get a piece of the action. When Funmi first applied for an oil prospecting license, folks laughed her out of the room. But she didn't let that stop her. Nah, she kept pushing and eventually scored a deal to partner with some of the biggest names in the biz, like Chevron and Petrobras. And boy, did that partnership pay off. Famfa oil struck black gold in the Agbami field off Nigeria's shore, and Folorunso's been reaping the rewards ever since. But here's the thing. She didn't just sit back and count her cash. Nah, this woman's got a work ethic that'd make most folks dizzy. Before she was an oil tycoon, Folorunso was already hustling in the fashion world. She started her label and dressed some of Nigeria's most powerful women, including the wife of former President Ibrahim Babangida. But even with all that success, Folorunso knew she was destined for bigger things, and bigger things she got. With her stake in Famfa Oil, Folorunso's net worth skyrocketed to a jaw-dropping $1 billion. That's right. She's not just a millionaire, she's a billionaire, and she didn't get there by luck or chance. Nah, Folorunso earned every penny through hard work, determination, and a whole lot of hustle. But Folorunso's not just about making money, she's also about giving back. Through her Rose of Sharon Foundation, she's helping widows and orphans in need, providing them with the support and resources they need to thrive. 'Cause see, Folorunso knows firsthand how tough life can be. She's been through her struggles and setbacks. Rihanna, man, where do we even start with this pop sensation turned mogul? You already know her as the singer behind all those chart-topping hits, but did you know she's also sitting on a fortune that'd make your head spin? We're talking $1.7 billion, y'all. That's right, Rihanna's not just a millionaire, she's a straight-up billionaire. But here's the thing, Rihanna didn't just stumble into that kind of cash. Nah, she's been hustling harder than most folks can even imagine. 'Cause while she was busy dropping albums and touring the world, Rihanna was also cooking up some serious business ventures on the side. First up, there's Fenty Beauty, the makeup line that's been taking the world by storm since 2017. Rihanna partnered up with luxury goods group LVMH to create a line that's not just about looking good, but feeling good too. With shades that work for every skin tone and a message of inclusivity, Fenty Beauty's been raking in the dough like nobody's business. But Rihanna didn't stop there. Nah, she kept on hustling and launched Savage X Fenty, a lingerie line that's all about celebrating every body type. With shows that feature models of all shapes, sizes and skin tones, Savage X Fenty's been making waves in the fashion world and proving that sexy comes in all forms. So yeah, Rihanna's not just a pretty face with a killer voice, she's a bona fide business mogul who's been building an empire one venture at a time, and with a net worth of $1.7 billion, she's showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. But as impressive as Rihanna's fortune is, it ain't nothing compared to the queen of all media herself. That's right, we're talking about Oprah freaking Winfrey, the woman who went from talk show host to straight-up icon, Oprah Winfrey. And here she is, the one, the only, the queen of all media, Oprah Winfrey. With a net worth of $2.6 billion, Oprah's not just rich, she's stupid rich. But here's the thing, Oprah didn't start with a silver spoon in her mouth. Nah, she was born into poverty in rural Mississippi and had to fight tooth and nail to get where she is today. But Oprah's always been a fighter. She excelled in school, got herself a full scholarship to Tennessee State University, and even won the title of Miss Black Tennessee when she was just 17. But Oprah didn't let that crown go to her head. She knew she was destined for bigger things, and bigger things she got. Oprah started out working for local TV and radio stations, but it wasn't long before she was hosting her own talk show. And man, did that show take off. For 25 years, Oprah was the queen of daytime TV, raking in billions of dollars and building a media empire that'd make your head spin. But Oprah didn't just stop at TV. Nah, she's got her fingers in all kinds of pies. There's the Oprah Winfrey Network, or OWN for short, a cable channel that's all Oprah all the time. And let's not forget about O Magazine, the publication that's been gracing coffee tables across America for years. But wait, there's more. Oprah's got stakes in all kinds of companies, Discovery, Warner Brothers, you name it. And just when you thought she couldn't get any richer, Oprah went and signed a multi-year deal with Apple TV+. I mean, is there anything this woman can't do? Well, there is one thing. Stay still. 'Cause when Oprah's not busy building her empire, she's out there dropping cash on real estate like it's going out of style. We're talking over $120 million worth of properties, y'all. From a 23,000 square foot mansion in Montecito to a private ski resort in Colorado, Oprah's got cribs in all the hottest spots. But for all her wealth and success, Oprah's never forgotten where she came from. As she once said, The true meaning of courage is to be afraid, and then, with your knees knocking and your heart racing, to step out anyway, even when that step makes sense to nobody but you. And that's exactly what Oprah did. She stepped out, even when the odds were stacked against her, and look where it got her. So there you have it, folks. The story of Oprah Winfrey, the ultimate media mogul. Industry dominance. Y'all, these ladies ain't just rich, they're straight-up industry titans. We're talking about women who've built empires in everything from media to sports to entertainment to hospitality. They're not just players in the game, they're the ones calling the shots and changing the rules. Take Oprah, for example. She ain't just a talk show host, she's a media mogul with her cable channel and magazine. And let's not forget about Sheila Johnson, the co-founder of BET. These women have redefined what it means to be a boss in the media world. But it ain't just about the screen either. Serena Williams ain't just a tennis legend, she's a savvy investor with stakes in everything from the Miami Dolphins to the UFC. And Janice Bryant Howroyd, she's the workforce pioneer behind Act One, a company that operates in 33 countries and rakes in close to $1 billion a year. And don't even get me started on the hospitality game. Sheila Johnson's Salamander Hospitality owns some of the most luxurious properties around, including the swanky Innisbrook Resort in Florida. Meanwhile, Hajia Bola Shagaya's Bolmus Group International is building and owning the most expensive cribs in Nigeria's ritziest neighborhoods. But it ain't all about the glitz and glam either. These women are using their wealth and influence to make a real difference in the world. Oprah's been dropping serious cash on education and philanthropy, while Rihanna's been using her platform to promote inclusivity and body positivity. So yeah, these ladies are dominating industries left and right, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. But the road to the top ain't always been easy. Nah, these women have faced plenty of obstacles and struggles along the way. From growing up in poverty to facing discrimination and sexism, they've had to fight tooth and nail for every ounce of success. Journey to wealth. They've had to fight through some serious struggles to get where they are today. Take Oprah, for instance. She grew up dirt poor in rural Mississippi, facing racism and sexism at every turn. But did she let that stop her? Hell nah. Oprah bust her butt in school, scored herself a full ride to college, and even won Miss Black Tennessee at just 17 years old. And then there's Rihanna. She came from humble beginnings in Barbados, but she didn't let that hold her back. Rihanna hustled hard, using her music career as a launchpad to break into the fashion and beauty world with her Fenty brands. But it ain't just about overcoming poverty either. These women have had to deal with all kinds of obstacles and challenges. Janice Bryant Howroyd started Act One with just $1,500 to her name, including a $900 loan from her mama. But she didn't let that tiny budget stop her. She built Act One into $1 billion powerhouse. And let's not forget about Funmi Alakija. Before she was an oil tycoon, she was struggling to keep food on the table. But she didn't give up. She worked her way up from a secretary to a fashion designer to a straight-up mogul. These ladies have faced it all. Racism, sexism, poverty, you name it. But they didn't let any of that hold them back. They hustled, they ground, and they proved that with hard work and determination, you can overcome anything life throws your way. As Rihanna once said, I always believed that when you follow your heart or your gut, when you follow the things that feel great to you, you can never lose, because settling is the worst feeling in the world. And that's exactly what these women did. They followed their hearts and their guts, even when the odds were stacked against them. But y'all, the struggles these ladies faced ain't nothing compared to the crazy cash they're dropping now. Extravagant lifestyles, talking private jets, luxury cribs, and all kinds of crazy purchases that'll make your jaw hit the floor. Take Oprah, for example. She's got a real estate portfolio that's estimated to be worth over $120 million, with properties in California, Hawaii, and all over the place. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Serena Williams, she ain't just a tennis legend, she's a straight-up baller. Not only does she own stakes in the Miami Dolphins and UFC, but she's also got a serious car collection that includes a Bentley Continental GT and a Ferrari 599 GTO. And let's not forget about her designer wardrobe. This girl's got a closet full of Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and all the top brands. But it ain't just about the material things either. These women are living life to the fullest and experiencing the kind of luxury most of us can only dream of. Beyonce and Jay-Z? They're known for their extravagant vacations, like the time they rented out the entire top floor of a luxury hotel in the Dominican Republic for a cool $19,000 a night. And then there's Rihanna. Not only does she own a stunning mansion in Barbados, but she's also been known to charter private yachts for her birthday celebrations. I mean, can you imagine partying on a yacht with Rihanna? That's the kind of lifestyle these ladies are living. But perhaps the most impressive display of wealth comes from Funmi Alakija. As an oil tycoon, she's got money to burn, and burn it she does. Alakija owns not one, not two, but 4 private jets. That's right, 4. And we're not talking about some small dinky planes either. These are top-of-the-line luxury aircraft that cost millions of dollars each. And let's not forget about Gina Kenyata, the Kenyan matriarch who controls a staggering 500,000 acres of land in her home country. That's like owning a small country, but Kenyata doesn't just own land, she's also got stakes in a television station, a timber company, and even a bank. These women are living the kind of life most of us can only imagine. But here's the thing, they ain't just spending all their money on themselves. Nah, these ladies are using their wealth and influence to make a real difference in the world. From Oprah's philanthropic efforts to Rihanna's advocacy for education and disaster relief, these women are proving that with great wealth comes great responsibility, giving back to society. These ladies ain't just about stacking cash and living large. Nah, they're using their fortunes to make a real difference in the world, giving back in a major way. Take Oprah, for instance. She's dropped millions on educational causes like $12 million to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture and a whopping $40 million to start up the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for girls in South Africa. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. And then there's Rihanna, who's been doing her thing with the Clara Lionel Foundation, throwing down serious cash for education and emergency response programs all around the globe. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, she stepped up big time, donating $5 million to help fight the virus. That's what I call using your platform for good. But it ain't just about writing checks either. These women are getting their hands dirty and making things happen. Funmi Alakija's Rose of Sharon Foundation is out there supporting widows and orphans, hooking them up with financial stability and educational opportunities. And Sheila Johnson, she's serving on the boards of VH1's Save the Music Foundation, the University of Virginia, and the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Plus she's an ambassador for CARE, a global humanitarian organization that's making a real impact. Even Beyonce is getting in on the action with her Bay Good initiative, supporting everything from disaster relief to educational opportunities and social justice movements. She even started the Formation Scholars program to help young women in college chase their dreams. And let's not forget about Janice Bryant Howroyd, who's been holding it down with the Youth Mentoring Connection, providing mentoring programs for at-risk youth in Los Angeles, or Wendy Appleblom, who's been dropping millions on health and education in South Africa, like the Gordon Institute of Business Science and the Wits University Donald Gordon Medical Center. Serena Williams has been using her Serena Williams Fund to create equity through education and assist victims of senseless violence. And Gina Kenyata's been doing her thing in Kenya, contributing to education and healthcare projects to help underprivileged communities get access to the resources they need. It just goes to show, when you've got the means, you've got the power to make a real difference in people's lives. And these women, they're using their wealth and influence to uplift communities, support important causes, and create positive change in the world.